looks like Morgan Rogers will be a player in demand. Newspaper reports this morning suggest that multiple Premier League clubs, plus some of the European giants, all want to sign the Aston Villa star. Dave Reed has joined us for a bit more on this now. It's probably a story that you're not really enjoying talking about, but what are the newspapers saying?
Let's talk also about wingers, guys. Wingers, because the questions are again on Morgan Rogers. I keep mentioning Morgan Rogers as the number 1, 2 and 3 target for Arsenal. They want to go for him. They made very good progress on player side, so Arsenal are working hard on a deal to sign Morgan Rogers from Aston Villa. They are in conversations, they are in negotiations, the deal is absolutely on. So Morgan Rogers to Arsenal is a really concrete story on player side. Then there is the club-to-club side, and obviously it's going to take some time before we know how the negotiations will progress, how much Arsenal will offer, how much Aston Villa want. It's still early stages between clubs, but it's advancing on player side, there is no doubt. He's the player wanted by Mikel Arteta. He's the player seen as the top target, so they are ready to make a big investment on Morgan Rogers. The player is also very tempted about this possibility to go to Arsenal. The project is ambitious, they won the Premier League last season, Champions League finalist, till the penalties, so the feeling is very good between Morgan Rogers and Arsenal. Now it's on closing this agreement between the clubs. The conversations, again, will continue very soon, but they expect Arsenal to focus this summer, the beginning of the summer transfer window, on Morgan Rogers. We should not forget about Barcola, who is also appreciated by Arsenal, but the priority for Arsenal remains Morgan Rogers. So Arsenal want to sign Morgan Rogers, and Arsenal will go all in for Morgan Rogers. That's the expectation. Barcola is still on the short list, but nothing imminent. On the other side,
is it easier or harder not to play if your best friend's playing instead?
Great question. Easier or harder? Easier.
Because?
Because I want him to do well, and it's because it's him, everything's fine.
How would you sum up your relationship? Two lads from Birmingham. You go back so far. How would you sum up your relationship?
It's just really nice. I think coming full circle where we started to where we've ended up now, his path, my path, and how we've ended up at the same point, representing our country. I think it's just a really nice feeling.
You have to be here now at a World Cup together.
Yeah.
You've seen his rise.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think he's taking from your rise?
I think just determination and to keep going, and you might get knocked down, but as long as you keep going and get back up, that you can make it just the same way.
Can Bellingham and Rodgers be a combination on the pitch?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
I think we have different qualities. I think obviously there's a lot of similarities, but I think there's a lot of differences in our games. Obviously the connection of understanding each other's games as well as anyone, because we've known each other so long, I think is another key aspect of it that can be really important and really beneficial.
About Morgan Rogers.
I mean, first thing to say is that interest in Morgan Rogers isn't that surprising, because he's Aston Villa's best attacking player and he's been consistent over the last couple of years, and therefore his performances have brought the attention of some of Europe's best clubs. But just to summarise what the newspapers are saying, first of all, Jason Burt in the Telegraph talked about Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, even Paris Saint-Germain. Of course, Villa played PSG in the Champions League last season. Reported interest there, and then the Mirror followed that up today and also added Bayern Munich to the list, and that would obviously then partner Morgan Rogers with Harry Kane, and they could be lining up with each other come the summer at the World Cup.
Okay, so all those clubs, Jay, if you're including all the English clubs, those giants from Europe as well, who do you think should sign him? Who needs him the most? Where would he make the most difference?
Arsenal. He walks into Arsenal's team. He plays week in, week out on the left-hand side. We need a player that can play on the left-hand side. He's got that in abundance.
He's not a left winger though.
He can do it.
He can, yeah.
He can do it. He's not. I mean,
He's not a Martinelli.
Yeah,
he's not a Martinelli side.
We don't want another Martinelli, trust me. But I'm saying that I feel like with Eze, I think Eze is probably Arsenal's number 10. I would like to see Morgan Rogers playing there and then tuck inside. But I think he's a great player. When you mentioned Bayern Munich, I don't think Bayern Munich's the one because Luis Diaz is there. He's playing unbelievably well. Then you've got Musiala that's coming back, Leonard Cole, who's a fantastic young player, and then obviously Elise. So I don't think Rogers would fit into that if he wants to play week in, week out. PSG, similar thing. They've got some great attacking players. I think the one that stands out there is Arsenal. I mean, even Man United, yeah, maybe. But I feel like they've got Cunha, they've got Mbuemo, Fernandes is going to probably play as a number 10 next season, higher up when they sign their midfielders, Diallo. I feel like Arsenal's the one where he could say, I'm going there and I'm going to play week in, week out.
But obviously, it needs two to tango. Would Villa contemplate selling Rodgers for the right price?
Well, in a sporting sense, no. I mean, there's no appetite from Villa to sell one of their best players. He's signed a new contract in November, become one of the club's top earners in doing so, and that contract now runs till 2031. So Villa hold the cards in that sense. There's also there's been no signs from the player side that he's agitating to leave. He's happy at Aston Villa and has been so. The key to this is if Villa qualify for the Champions League next season, vital. You would think if they don't qualify for the Champions League, then that would open the door to a significant player sale. If they do, there's even a sense that Villa still might have to do some form of sale next season. Now, fans watching this might say, well, Villa posted a profit in their latest accounts at the end of March, so things can't be that bad. But it's actually UEFA's financial rules that Villa have been grappling with. They have a 70% squad cost ratio, which limits spending on wages, transfer amortisation to 70% of club revenue. That's what Villa have been battling with. There's also a football earnings rule that Villa are trying to comply with as well with UEFA. They entered into an agreement last year and came to a settlement with UEFA, and that means for this current season, they're essentially tied to only losing around €5 million between at the start of the season and the end of the reporting period in 2026. This season, obviously, Villa don't have Champions League football. It might well be difficult to balance that. There are some slight caveats to it. That €5 million barrier can be moved if certain criteria are met, but it's unclear at the moment how close Villa are going to get to that.
You know, I've heard Morgan Rogers speak. They played a cup game against Tottenham. I think it was last season, this season, whatever. But when I heard him speak, it sounded like he had real ambition. They asked him a question about the England team, and he didn't say he was just happy to be in the squad. He said he wants to be starting. That's how much he believes in himself. Now, Aston Villa are a big club, but I feel like he's now looking at it saying, I want to be playing at one of the biggest clubs in the world, and I'm good enough to do that. There's no doubt about it. Aston Villa have been great for them, and I think they're a great manager, a great club with a great manager. But even then, I'm looking at Emery and saying, will he be there in the long term? You know, can you imagine if Real Madrid do come for him and say, you know, we want you to be our manager for next season? What happens then? Is Morgan Rogers going to want to stay if the manager leaves?
How much is he worth in today's market, do you think?
I mean, it's going to be like 80s at least, I reckon. Yeah, it has to be because he's an attacking midfielder, he's young still, he's athletic, he can play in a number of positions. He's a full international that could potentially start at the World Cup as well. He's got everything going for him apart from that contract that he signed. I don't understand that one. But, I mean, at the end of the day, all the clubs are going to be looking at him. He's a fantastic player.
You mentioned the World Cup there, and Dave, I wonder if clubs will look at this and think, well, maybe we should make a move before the World Cup, because obviously after the World Cup, there's a chance if he has a good one, his value goes up another 20, 30 million.
And that ties in with his ambition. You know, he played under Michael Carrick at Middlesbrough, a championship player, and Rodgers has joked that Unai Emery used to call him the championship player in training when he first joined, and that just shows how far he's come in such a short space of time. And now we're talking about him starting over a Real Madrid superstar in Jude Bellingham, and that will be part of the negotiation. If it comes to that, from a Villa point of view, you go, well, hang on, he's starting over someone like Jude, who plays for Real Madrid.
Yeah, but you know what? To be honest, I said this. People were looking at me before when I said this. Like, you know, I like to come early with my little takes. Yes. But I said this about Morgan Rogers. I said that I actually think he's got more ability as a number 10 than Jude Bellingham. I look at Jude Bellingham, I think he's an 8. I think he's a box-to-box midfielder that arrives, great finisher, but he's strong, he's powerful. He gets back as well, makes big tackles. Well, I look at Rodgers, I say he's a natural number 10, or a natural attacking player at the very least. But I feel like as a number 10, I think Rodgers is the better player. I think he's got more ability, more, you know, dribbling ability, passing, scoring. I love to watch him play. He gets me out my seat.
Yeah, I tell you what, if he is available, then there will be a lot of seasons, and I think the price will be very high. Interesting. Thank you very much, Dave.